No self, been riddling. Waking up and soothing the people like hard coffee and oral stimulants. Tell 'em it's been a drill to drop like pills and stop sniffling. The packs cold pressed like fruit filaments. So diligent.
This guy is stupid.
I'm telling you guys,
This guy is stupid.
Nighttime, I drive, I can't slow down. My time, night drive, disco. If I die, outline, I side. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes.
What's up, guys? Shakin It Podcast. I'm back. Big Jigga, Gilleon. It's me. As you can see, we got two guests here. Lowkey, and I'm saying this not because I have to, but because I actually feel like it's facts. Bro, two of the best rappers in the city. When it comes to bars, two of the best rappers in the city, bro. I'm not even joking. So, without further ado, if you guys could please introduce yourselves.
All right, go first. All right, cool. What's going on, everybody? I go by Self. I'm saying I'm a rapper. That's all I got, man.
That's crazy. What's
Let's
going
go,
on?
man.
What's going on, people? I go by Lowercase, just artist from Scarborough, producer. Thank you, man. Thank you for saying where to be. That's how you feel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I feel like compliments like that are hilarious to me, but I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Yeah, like you guys are super underrated. I mean, Lowercase, I know you put out more music. Self, you're about to start dropping more music. I understand that.
I am. Yes.
But yeah,
Facts.
literally, I went to the concert. It was at the Garrison. I guess it was Lowercase's concert. Self was, I guess, a feature. Something like that. Bro, it was amazing, man. They had a live band for the first half of the show. Second half of the show, I guess it was just the beats. It was crazy, man. Like, if only you were there. It's one of those. But it's really nice
Should've been
to
there for real.
see rappers that aren't really, going crazy on some street stuff and just really focusing on the bars. So I just want to tell you guys that.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? In another life, I'm sure he was shooting up places. You know what I mean? Probably had like three BMs. You know what I'm saying? All types of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. In another life, I'll probably be in America. So,
This is
You know what I
facts. Yeah.
yeah.
This is
My
very
father's
true.
American. So, in another life, I probably wouldn't even be here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, before we go any further, listen, guys, Shakin It Podcast, season 3. Not going to say what episode it is, but it's season 3. Follow us, man. Subscribe, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Apple, and Spotify.
All that
Love
shit.
it.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
He's locked
Keeping
in.
it going. Bringing the best talent in, man.
Locked in. Harry Houdini.
So without further ado, man, guys, let's start from the beginning.
Good.
How did you guys begin, like, your rap journey? Obviously, go one at a time, or when you guys want to hop in and do
course.
that.
Yeah. I
Self.
guess we'll just go left to right then. For me, I started rapping in high school. I was taking a writer's craft course with Mr. Wileyman. I hate that guy so much. But anyway, we had a period where we were studying poetry, and this guy, like, he hated everything I wrote. And the one time we were writing poetry, I wrote something and he stood up in front of the class and he's like, "This is a prime example of art. Like, this is good."
So he was hating on everything you wrote until that.
Everything, until that.
Okay. Do you think it was, like, valid for
That's the
what he was
thing.
hating on it for?
That's the thing. I didn't know, right? But then, as you know, like, we'd have like the cafeteria freestyles with like all the mandem, and that's when I started like using some of the poetry lyrics that I had written in my own notebook, and then people would tell me like, "Yo, it's fire, it's nice." So from there, I just started making things on my own in my room. I mean, the old SoundCloud hits with like the Beats headphones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, from there it kind of became it went from a discovery to an outlet. It became something that I personally use to express myself, because I feel like I come from a place where I'm very sheltered and I don't really get to share my opinion or my thoughts too much. So this really helped me embrace that side of myself and that ego. From there, that's basically how I started.
This guy has a storybook story of his rap career. It'll pour him, my poetry teacher, just put it up in his head. This is art. On some dead poetry shit. Oh man, that's crazy, bro. R.I.P. my guy Rob. That's crazy. R.I.P. Robin Williams. That's nuts. Yeah, my story ain't like that at all. Like, yeah, I mean, one day, shit, man, I was just outside. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about music. I was just listening to music, and then one day a nigga got popped straight outside, man. Got popped in his head. And I looked at him, he looked at me and said, yeah, that music shit is you. That was his last words.
Get foolish.
Yo, I'm not promoting death out here. I'm just talking shit. I'm talking shit.
Yo,
Yo, he even know
his
me.
last words were yo.
He even know me, bro. He just seen it in me, I guess. God sign, yo. Nah, I'm fucking around. I don't promote death. And when I see someone get shot, it wasn't like that at all still. For me, honestly, I feel like it started with my mom. She used to work at Rogers, and then she got like some free iPod and shit, iPod Nano, and it was fresh. And so ultimately, she was, listening to music and stuff on there. And again, it's brand new iPod Nano. You know what I mean? This is one of the newest shit we have in the house.
Was that the one
With the
The
screen?
one
with the screen?
With the screen.
Oh,
fam.
that's blessed.
With the-
Okay.
You know
with
what I'm
the-
saying? It was a little
Blessed.
small one. It was a red one. It was a chromatic one.
Yeah. Those are
Bro,
lit.
I was like, we're living lavish. You know what I mean? Niggas is broke, dog. So like having that, I was like, yo, mom, let me use it, please. Like, let me use it. I didn't even know how music got on there. I just listened to anything that was on there, bumping One Republic. That's when they had that too late to apologize.
Yeah.
Classic.
Smash.
Classic.
Smash. And then that's ran into Jay-Z's Black Album. And I always listened to rap music. But I don't feel like I could say I indulged in it in a way where it was just like I loved it. It was just kind of like you hear it on the radio once in a while, you see it on BET once in a while, and you like it, but I can't say I loved it. And then I listened to Jay-Z's Black Album, December 4th, the first record. That beat, everything just sold me. And I was kind of just like, okay, what is this? Like, I've heard rap songs on the radio. I heard this, I heard that, but what is this? So from there, just asking my mom, like, who is this person? Like, And from there, just, obviously we had the internet. So Google, searching, LimeWire, download. As much shit as I possibly can, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously at that time too, Soulja Boy was going crazy with Crank That. You know what I mean? But at the time, I was listening to Jay-Z. Soulja Boy's like my age at the time. I'm listening to Jay-Z. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I hear bing, boom, boom. And it was my cousin from Oshawa was spinning Crank That. That's where it blew up. And I'm like, those girls from Oshawa, what the fuck does she know about music? This shit is ass, bro. Shout out to Oshawa, of course. Like, no diss. But it's just like, you know what I mean? So, I just became like this, like a super hip hop head, I guess, in a sense, and just studying it, just trying to figure out more music that made me feel what that album made me feel, the Black Album, and yeah, man. From there, just listening, and listening to other artists, and then it came to, after a while, you're like, I can do a 1-2. Let me write. So you write a 1-2, whatever, this, then the third, and then, Then it's just like, you have a whole verse, then you have two verses, then you have a chorus. And then by the time of high school, I feel like by that time I was writing verses, freestyling a bunch. And I was like, I'm going to go to this studio, Coalition Studios, right across the street from our school, and record like 3 or 4 songs. And so I recorded 3 or 4 songs, sent it to BBM at the time. BBM was booming. So I
never
just
had a
send it to
BlackBerry.
send it to bare people. Send it to bare people just to see what they think. you know, I was talking to this girl at the time, and not that I wanted no validation, but I was like, yo, this girl fucks with this. I'm going all the way. Like, that's how stupid you are when you're young. You know what I mean? I just wanted that. Her to show me love. Her to show me some love still, you know? And then, yeah, she fucked with it. And I think that same day, like, yeah, I came to her house. You know, we didn't do nothing like sex, but you know what I mean? I got a 1-2, and I felt blessed. Like, I felt godly, bro. Not that music made that happen, but it's just like, that was such a memorable moment. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this shit. You know, I'm going to keep doing it. And I think from there, it was kind of just, you know, freestyling more, listening to more music, listening to just in general, music in general. You know what I mean? Listening to a lot of Kanye West and just understanding his influence, not strictly with just rap and soul music, but just all types of genres and how he blends it all together to create his music. And I feel like that's the genius of him. It's just like there's so many inspirations of so many different genres, but he blends it and always makes it his sound of hip hop with those blends. And I feel like artists usually will go like in a realm of like, for example, I feel like the difference between a Drake and a Kanye is Kanye will listen to electronic music and then fuse it into however all his other influences and what he sees and hears and then makes a Yeezus. And then Drake will make dance music. You know what I mean? Like Yeezus is heavily dance influenced, or electronic influence, but it's not
no
an
one's
electronic
dancing.
album.
You can't dance to it.
You can't dance to it. It's not an electronic album. You know what I mean? It's just like those two, like, you know, I feel like that ability that Kanye has is a superpower. And I feel like I was just trying to figure out, like, I love, like, I've, you know, again, listening to hip hop, listening to so many different sounds. It's like, I love so many different shit. How can I be able to do that, fuse that with my shit? And, cause that's where you build originality. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, producing, trying to make my own beats and shit like that. After just listening to a lot of Ye and this another artist from Detroit called Black Milk. And then,
that's crazy. That's a super underrated.
Yeah,
super low.
One of my
key.
biggest inspirations, Black Milk, bro.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, like I was searching for like rap music, bro, like on the internet going crazy. And I just found like the whole Detroit movement of Black Milk, Elzai, Royce the 5'9", you know, Danny Brown.
They were saying Elzai was the best rapper of all time.
Fam, real talk.
I remember these times.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yo, it was real, bro. And like, so, you know, fucking just again, just on the hunt of so much music. And then just trying to apply that, what I'm hearing, what I'm taking from it, what I feel like I can do to make my own version of these things that I'm hearing and shit like that. And again, you know, me and my dogs is going in high school, freestyle in the basement, such and such. And it kind of just turned into a real thing where I was kind of like, you know what, like, I want to do this, or I think I want to do this. And I was in a relationship at this time now, after I've put out a few records or, you know, kind of settled into the idea of being a rapper or possibly being one. And not that the relationship was holding me back, because I can't say that, but I think in my head, like, at the time, say it. No, I think at my head at the time, I was thinking that, like, yo, man, this, you know, I'm spending bare time with this shorty, like, like, I need to let go of this. And so, like, the story legit is, like, pulled up to the girl's house, was like, yo, you got to break up. Broke up with her. This girl, you know me, obviously stayed there for a bit, dealt with collateral. And then went to my boy Rob's crib, and I was like, yo, I'm taking rap serious. Same day, and he's like, yeah? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, let's go. Jeez. And then from there, just locked in, just trying to figure out, again, working more on the craft and such, and then building the shit with my friends. And it turned into this thing we called Coon Club at the time.
Hold up.
I remember. Yeah, I know. Sounds nuts.
I remember that.
Sounds nuts. Sounds crazy.
I wasn't there at the time.
Okay. Nah, but it's just like, but at the end of the day, it was short form for Raccoon Club.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm gonna add that.
I might have to bleep this out. Like, I might have to bleep the word. That's crazy. That's a crazy name.
But it's crazy.
I'm not even gonna repeat it.
It's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
I swear it was like neck of the woods before.
No. That's what we see. We're trying to do some PR. You know what I mean? We were trying to do some PR work because, again, it was like Raccoon Club, but again, sorry, I'm chill. For sure, okay. You know what I mean? And so we're just like, all right, like, let's do this. Let's Like that's what it's called. And then we're just like, okay, it's not gonna spin like this. It's getting kind of nuts. And so one guy was like, yo, what the fuck you guys called this shit? I remember I posted something. I did like an Instagram ad, and this guy flamed me. He's like, you little young niggas, you don't respect yourselves. You still slaves. Getting out my head. I'm like, God damn, 47.
Yo,
Like,
it's
real.
Hey.
And I was like, that's not even the intention, but I understand how
it looks horrible.
it looks horrible.
Horrible.
And so I was like, you know what I mean? I sat back with my dogs. I was like, yo, PR, we got to figure this out. And we changed the name a bunch of times, you know, we changed it to like Neck of the Woods. And then by that time, I had known Self for since I was a youth, but we never really hung out with each other, just through one of our good his cousin,
my cousin.
one of my like really closest friends, one of my best friends. I don't know if he wants to be saying this. I go beyond here, but you know, and so we used to, you know, youths just jump on the phone with a few shorties, talk on the phone with bear girls and stuff like that.
Street Fighter beef.
Yeah, Street Fighter beef, talking about video games, stuff of that nature. And then one day, like at this point, I'm kind of like, my friends kind of understand, like I'm probably I'm taking this music stuff serious. I'm building a group and whatever the case may be. And my boy was like, yo, my cousin, bro, remember? Like he makes music.
That was weird.
And I was like, oh, word? He's like, yeah, like he's sick. So I was like, all right, cool. And you know, people, I think a lot of people think they're sick. So it's like, for me.
Yo, that's facts, bro.
Yeah, no, a lot of people think they're sick.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not everybody is sick.
Exactly. I feel like, you know,
like they're good, you know, okay, but you know, some people are different.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me hear it. He spins some tracks. I was like, yeah, this nigga's nice, man. He's nice, man. We got to get him on the team. You know what I mean? We were just going hard. It was like freaking free agency trying to holler at this man. Yo, we got to link up. Yeah, all right.
I'm like, all the way in
yo,
the
we
West
got to
End.
link up. Yeah, all right. I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm pulling up on this nigga.
I'm all the way in the West End. No whip.
Oh,
straight,
because
straight transit, TTC tickets.
It's Scarborough and the West.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where, but the West.
You know?
So that's kind of a mission.
Yeah,
and every day-
it's a mission. It is a mission. But
These
it was
guys
just,
are like, yo, you trying to take a bus for 2 hours to come talk about music? I'm
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I don't know, bro.
for real.
Like,
Well, at that time, were you even serious about music, or you
That's
were
the
just doing it
craziest
as a
thing.
craft?
I was just doing it as a craft, as I was using it as my diary, as my journal. So it was just me in my bedroom, my headphones, and
That was it.
my crazy thoughts. That was it.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, bro, and like, you know what I mean? Me and my dogs were like, we're trying to build a Justice League when it's coming to this music stuff, bro. Like, we're like, yo, now that we're looking for a bunch of talent, like, my thing was always like, these things have to come naturally. These things have to feel, you know,
Organic.
organic,
Yeah.
you know, and natural. You know what I mean? And it worked that way.
Nah,
and
the
so,
day,
you know,
the
we
day
ended.
these guys asked me if I, the day he asked me if I make music, I remember I came into my cousin's house, and this guy's sitting on like the one single sofa, hoodie on,
Lowercase?
lowercase, sitting on the one single sofa, hoodie on, back turned to the front door. My cousin's like, yeah, you remember Ian, right? Yeah, he's here. I'm like, oh, okay, word. We playing Street Fighter? He's like, something like that. Walk in the living room, it was like a movie, like panoramic vision as I'm seeing his face.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, you said. Off the look in the dap, I'm like, yo, it's about to be an interrogation.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, how did that go? Like, how did you pitch the idea?
It wasn't even a pitch.
It wasn't really much of a
Oh, he
pitch.
forced you. He said, "Yo,
Nah,
just
I think, yeah, that sounds crazy. But
guy
nah,
should
you know what
make
it is?
me-
I think it was one of those. That's nuts. Yeah, nigga. It said,
This death row, nigga.
Death row, like, shit. So you join this group or you leaving this house crippled, cuz. Nah. What happened was I think by the time already I had like 1 or 3 or 4 records already out. And I actually like was pushing it to people and really trying to, you know, try to create a name for myself. You know what I mean? And so at that time, I think he already knew like I'm making music.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a few,
because there was actually a sample. Sorry.
No,
there was actually a sample that we both used. And we had 2 different renditions of, you know, our perspective on what to do on that sample. And for me, it was just interesting because even though the ideas were different, they still kind of meshed and molded well together sonically. You know what I mean? And that is really what influenced me to be like, maybe I should spend more time with this guy. Then his drive, his character, Street Fighter beef. I couldn't let that shit go, bro. I couldn't let that go. This guy was nice with Ken. Like,
He's crushing you, right?
he's crushing me.
Crushing,
me,
fam.
bro.
Crushing, bro. Dog. Street Fighter was like, I can't say I'm that sick now, but fam, holla at me a couple years ago, you're getting cooked.
Yeah, can't lie.
There's only
He's nice.
one man, I don't even remember his name, this light skinned nigga in Vern, bro. This guy used to cook me at Malvern Library, bro. He used to run like Street Fighter tournaments. This guy is the only man that cooked me. I used to get cheesed. But nah. Fuck, bro. Like, nah, yeah, it's just he pulled up, we talked, you know what I mean? Talked about music, this, that, and the third. And again, like for me, I was kind of just like, I want to work with you. I want you to work with us. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. This is what we're doing. This is, you know what I mean? We want to be successful in this stuff. And you know what I mean? Like I'm out here talking like I got a real solidified business. We're like fucking 17, 16, trying to just be, yeah, man, like this is the vision, this is the goal. And
Yeah, fam. I thought I was getting signed. That shit
you
was
know what I
crazy.
mean?
I bet that's how it felt though.
That's how it felt. Again, Shook Knight,
Crazy.
though.
It's crazy.
Shook
Knight is nuts.
Shook Knighted you, bro. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
bro. But nah, fucking after just like a few conversations, it was kind of like it was slow, but it was gradual. Just like me pulling up on him, and then I remember, like I feel like for me when I was like I felt like he was more confident and really working with us. He came over to my ends. He spent the night, and like the first day he was like with all of us, like just the whole group in my house, probably like 10 deep in a small room. I'm here making beats, and we're just speakers blasting on these beats I'm creating, stuff like that. We're rapping, shooting ideas, bouncing ideas, freestyling and all that. And then after the next day it was just me and him, and we're just talking music, talking life.
Anime too.
Yeah, anime, you know what I mean, manga, stuff of that nature. And then it was just like I realized I'm like, no, I really fuck with this guy. Like I already knew I was cool with him, but like, you know when you're cool with somebody, but you don't have a real like physical relationship. You never really hung out with them on your ones with somebody, and you're like,
Yeah, because you don't know. You don't know that early, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You could think that you know, but you don't know until you sit down on the ones.
Yeah.
I could really be like, I could really chill with this person.
Yeah,
I was about to
100%.
say some wild shit.
Yeah. No, I thought you were gonna say something
I thought,
nuts too.
yeah, but
I was like, but yeah, no. You know, and then I was like, nah, fuck with this guy for real. So, you know, from there, it was just gradual build up of just him being around more, us talking more music, trying to create shit more, and then, I mean, yeah, I guess here we are. You know what I mean?
that's great, yo.
Yeah.
Because, yo, to be honest, from what I experienced at that concert, it's there, man. Potential is there.
Yeah.
Potential is there.
No, most definitely, for sure.
So, to get, I guess, back kind of on track, you did say that the Jay-Z, the Black album,
Yeah,
that was the album that kind of like kick-started your brain
For
to
sure.
the hip-hop scene.
for sure.
Did you have an album that you listened to for the first time and you were like, yo, or maybe it wasn't the exact same feeling that it gave him, but it was like a feeling of like, yo, maybe I would want to do something like this.
You know what it was? It wasn't even an album. It was a track. I can't remember the title of it, but it was Lupe Fiasco.
Mm.
And this guy was rapping about either hamburgers or sandwiches, but he was using it as a metaphor to talk about flipping bricks, flipping drugs, and the drug dealer lifestyle. And I didn't realize that
I
until
know exactly what song you're talking about.
Yeah.
I forgot the name too.
I
though.
heard that, and then
Yeah.
I was reading the lyrics, and then someone was breaking it down in the comments, and I was like, yo, I gotta do this.
Mm.
This is what I want for music.
Yeah.
I want to become that lyricist who can deliver a message in such a poetic or intricate, I guess, eclectic way too. You know what I mean? And then I ran into like the Odd Future, like the Earl Sweatshirt, the Tyler the Creator, Damo Genesis, Haji Beats. And then from there, I just kept running into more and more lyricists and trying to mimic not only their flows, but their mentality with metaphors, or my perspective on their mentality with how they structure their metaphors. You know, so stumbled upon Mick Jenkins, Isaiah Rashad, Most Def. He put me on Most Def.
I'm leaving. Mans don't even know that
For
rendition.
real. For real.
Yasin
Okay.
Bey.
Yeah. This guy's different, bro.
He's actually different.
Different.
But
Yeah, man.
once again, he's like, these are just. I remember a time when like they were the guys though,
No, for
but
sure.
like in the underground.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do give me a lot of those. Like you give me those vibes,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
man. They
For
they
sure.
they created the artistry that I portrayed today, and yeah, they always will.
Yeah.
Like one of my dreams, or I guess you can say one of my future goals, is to collab with Mick Jenkins at least.
He doesn't even really make music like that though.
I know that's
But
why
yo-
I'm trying to bring him out the woodworks again. Like if he's not already out by that time. But
You gotta release a track
Mm.
that's so crazy. Send it to him. Hope for the best.
It's true.
it's fact.
It's true.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's something that I'm definitely encompassing more now, because like we were talking about before, like I was very introverted, and I'm kind of embracing my ego and really understanding and learning what it means to really be an extrovert and step outside of my comfort zone. You know, networking, just general conversations with anybody and everybody.
Yeah, man. I feel like I talked about the inspirations already, but yeah, this Black album started the interest, and then Graduation for me was like the one where it's like,
Graduation was a nice
all right, this is something I've never heard before for real, and Flashing Lights, like, you know what I mean? I say this in another conversation, but I went to Phoenix for the Super Bowl with my mom. But we didn't end up going to the Super Bowl. We were just in Phoenix, and Super Bowl was there.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, that's kind of sick.
Nah, I wish. But that was still sick. I got to see Soulja Boy live too. Ironically, we're bringing back Soulja Boy again. Got to see Soulja Boy live again at the time, man. Play Crank that. I was going nuts. 'Cause by that time, I was rocking with Soulja Boy. Like, you know what I mean? So I was kind of
Nah,
just like,
Soulja Boy had his time. He was a guy.
He was the
Yeah.
guy, bro.
Facts.
I had, was it Kiss Me Through the Phone as a ringtone
that's
for real?
Bro, I
Everyone
started
had
bumping
that.
that recently. It's a
Bro.
classic.
Classic, bro. I had it on my ringtone. When I think about that, that's nuts. Like a man having Kiss Me Through the Phone as his ringtone.
Yeah.
It's either that one or it was another song, but one of those tracks, that was my ringtone for a second. It's pretty wild when you think about it. But the Graduation definitely changed my scope of like wanting and growing my interest of wanting to be a producer and produce the just how shit sounded sonically. I feel like Jay-Z made me think about obviously lyrically and stuff of that nature, but the Ye definitely was just the one that was like, okay, production, this matters a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Black Milk, this matters a lot. Lupe Fiasco, The Cool, that album changed. Classic. That changed my perspective of how, and made me get a better idea of how I can rap. Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 1 and 2, basically like allowed me to think like I can be more vulnerable in my music and really and possibly be accepted or be scolded or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, this is something you can do. You can be more vulnerable. You can be, just transparent more with your records. You know what I mean? So I feel like I try my best to blend both of vulnerability, but also, just some witty lyrics, and try to find that blend, stuff of that nature.
All right.
So, yeah.
I do have a question for both of you guys. Since you guys do take the more lyrical route, do you feel like that's a hindrance in
Not at all.
comparison to what's kind of like on the scene nowadays, or I guess more glorified nowadays? Because I feel like what I'm listening to right now is it's strictly it's mostly production based. Like I'm not really listening to too many people for the bars. I do go to specific people when I want to listen to the bars. Like I'm a big Absol fan,
Gotcha.
so when I need the bars, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
straight to him.
Yeah.
I'm a big like old school, like black hippie.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no. Kendrick's a guy for me.
I forgot about.
I feel like I was one of the first like people I know that was like huge on Kendrick. I put Fam, I put so much people on the Kendrick is crazy. I feel like just listening to outside of Rigor Mortis, but
Rigor Mortis was the
OD,
one I was like, bro.
listening to Overly Dedicated, and I think he had like was it called C4 no or
C4, yeah, the C4
right?
album.
Yeah, the C4
Welcome
album.
to the
Listening to
C,
that,
bro.
listening to those two, and I was like, bro, this guy's sick. And I was used to just listening to him was just putting a bare people on this, that, and the third, and Absol's Control System. Like I was good.
Control System is the one for me.
Yeah, I know that's a classic, bro. Like I remember he had long term 2.
Long term 2 better than long term 1, personally.
Yeah, no, it is, bro. Most definitely, bro. His cousin was a huge Absol fan. I was bigger on Kendrick.
Yeah.
And it's serious shit. But I get what you're saying. Go ahead. You can go answer the first question though.
Do I feel like the lyrics are a hindrance based on what we hear today? No. I guess for me, I'm always thinking about like replay value and like live performances. So to me, like, like to incorporate the lyrics into fire production or even like soft production, but it has replay value. People have something to go back and discover every time they go to listen to it. And that's what I think is the benefit of being lyrical. You know what I mean?
Look at this woke nigga.
Hey, man.
I do like that's actually facts, because there's tracks that I'll actually go back and listen to,
Yeah.
and there'll be something in there that I'll be
sure.
like, oh,
For sure. No, for sure.
I didn't even take that in on the first 1,000 listons.
Yeah.
It's my 1,001 listen, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even take in he's doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
That
For sure.
like, you're right though as well. Like with replay value, there's not a lot of albums that I'm going back to,
Yeah, you know.
Most definitely.
especially ones that are non-lyrical,
Yeah.
which I'm taking in too.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like lyricism is coming back to the front lines. Personally,
Most definitely, yeah.
y'all are
Shout
hearing it
out
from me
Kanye and
first,
Griselda.
but lyricism is making the biggest comeback of all time. I think the whole, I don't want to say mumble rap era, I think that's actually already gone. Whatever the new era is right now, I think that's going to be overshadowed again by the lyrical stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like history repeats itself. You already see the baggy jeans coming back. Everything's
Yeah.
coming back.
Facts.
It's coming back to what it used to be. Lyrics are coming back to the front.
I agree with you. I feel like I think that's where my answer was going to be that, really. I don't feel like it's a hindrance because I feel like, again, I was talking to somebody on Instagram, like I was saying before, but I feel like drill, trap. I feel like in general, music, sometimes there's stocks in all these genres. That's why I look at it to some degree. It's like there's stocks in all these genres. I feel like SoundCloud rap at a few years, the shareholders are going crazy. It was booming. It was close to mainstream music. You know what I mean? Drill
Damn near.
shareholders were going crazy. I feel like drill right now probably would be the biggest sounding, the biggest genre within rap right now.
Yeah.
But I do feel like people are starting to pull them. Go ahead.
When you say drill, are you talking about like the UK, New York stuff? That's kind of
New
a thing
UK,
right now?
New York stuff, Chicago. You know what I mean? Because again, we got to think about the biggest artist. One of the biggest
Like
artists
Chief
right now
Keef?
is
Or
Chief
like
Keef.
Chief
But I
Keef era
feel like
drill?
Chief Keef was the boom of it.
Yeah.
And I feel this is where I was gonna go with what I was gonna say. I feel like Chief Keef was the start of the boom, because there was probably drill music prior to Chief Keef, but I feel like Chief Keef was the boom of that era, and boom of that genre for them people to be like, I'm investing into this music. I'm now listening to this on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, fam. Finally Rich had me in a chokehold, fam.
yeah, same here, bro.
Chokehold,
Same here.
Like, yo, crazy. Parties
yeah.
going nuts, fam. That Diamonds with French
French Montana, yeah, I know
300,
exactly. Yeah,
fam,
With
going
Rick Ross,
nuts.
yeah, bro.
Crazy. And so, you got Lil Durk at, was it This Ain't What You Want? Or I think it was This Ain't What You Want.
I'm gonna
But
be honest, I wasn't bumping Dirk when he was on that wave.
got you.
I started like, I'm a more recent listener to him,
Got
because
you,
to
got
me,
you.
like everyone else in GBE I was listening to, but
Got you.
Lil Durk, I was
Got
not
you.
a fan.
Like,
back
see,
then.
for me, I was, again,
Like
like,
G
I was
Herbo.
studying so much, all this stuff, because I'm just like, I seen, like, the Chief Keef, I don't like video, like, just seeing that was, like, I remember being in high school, turning it on the MacBooks, and I'm in an art school, so there's bare people that are seeing me and my dog Ak play this shit, and they're like, "What the hell is going on? He got people with dreads with guns, this and it just looks insane to them.
Looks crazy still,
but to us, it's like, yo, like
it was the hardest
crazy.
shit. Ever.
Shit is banging, and at the same time, also it's just like, like obviously Chicago, the city is different, but it's just like you definitely been in those environments where you're with your dogs blasting music, and it's just like, bro, like mans are smoking, drinking, just enjoying themselves. So I'm just like, bro, I know what that's like, minus the guns, of course, because never even seen a gun in my life.
Same.
It's one of those things, I mean, but it's just like that energy was just like, it was infectious. And then to see the boom of it all, I feel like it just kind of turned into, it boomed into a bigger thing where it's just like, now you got artists actively and openly talking about whether it's killing people, whether how much people they can kill or how active they really can get. I'm just like, because I feel like there's gangster rap, but I feel like gangster rap wasn't as
disrespectful
and
open,
deliberate with being very open with how.
Because back then, they had a different mentality. Like, I'm not gonna kill somebody and talk about it.
Exactly.
You have to be more discreet. Like, and you're trying to avoid going to the bin.
Exactly.
I don't know when that like left people's minds.
Fam, it's Chief. I'm saying it's Chief, bro. The man.
Oh no, you're right. It is.
Because I'm saying he used the boom because it was like now people are like, yo, like this man. So like I forgot the artist's name. I even had to do all that because that's crazy. But I remember artist distant man got shot in the park. The man made her next right. Oh, so and so he got clapped. I'm like, yo, this crazy. It's crazy, bro. Like, is this real? And it's just like, it's real. So then it becomes even more interesting to obviously the people, but it's also fucked if you also want to break it down. I feel like, that becomes really problematic for our community and shit like that, but I'm not trying to be that guy right now. I just feel like, that boom happened. And then again, just the openness of talking about whether it's crimes, whether it's, activities where niggas is getting active and stuff like that. Like, became more of a thing where now everyone's accepting it. It's selling. So now labels are like, we're going to sell this. We're going to push this. I feel like now, though, we're getting into a point where, it's just, either it's getting played out because people aren't doing it creative enough or people are just tired of hearing it. But, like you said, I feel like, rap that is more lyrical or more conceptual is becoming more accepted because, again, like, the stock in that sound is now getting to a point where it may be solidified. It may get solidified and just be in its space and its peak is now gone. But there's certain genres where the peak, like, and you always got to think like the biggest artists. We have the big three, which are the Drake and the Kendrick and the J. Cole, right? And those three guys are, when it comes to rap, are the biggest. You know what I mean? And they're also closest to the most lyrical, you can argue, for all three of them.
Yeah, I'll say for our generation at least, 100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like, with that being said, we kind of all understand that the market is always going to be, is always going to be successful with that kind of music. It just depends on marketability, all that stuff, and all the extras, and how good your music is, ultimately, at the end of the day. And I feel like it was kind of hard, obviously, to punch through the drill sound and all that, the trap sound, all that stuff, because it had such a big boom again. With trap is always going to be there, but drill specifically. And then, you know what I mean? I think now it's kind of like, okay, we're getting back to it, because a lot of people are tired of it. A lot of people are also tired of the repercussions of it.
Yeah.
Too many Toronto rappers in jail, man.
And so people are kind of just like, I feel like music in general was I feel like life in general for the last few years, like everyone loves the vibe, bro. Like vibe is like, I remember there was a point where there was vibe was the word. You know the vibes. Yeah, I used to tell people, I'm like, you don't know as soon as you heard that, you don't know the fucking vibes, bro. Like you be in a party, a man will have. What if a man just has a gun ready to shoot up the whole place? Yo, you know the vibes, yo. Like you don't even know what you're letting yourself into. Like you know the vibes. Yeah, I know the vibes. Man, about to pop something in your drink. You're donezo. Like you don't even know you don't know the vibes, bro. You don't know what these people are on.
The vibes.
Like when did we lose? When did we lose critical thinking, bro? We got the vibe so much that people just stop thinking about critical thinking. And it's just like, that's where I think lyricism and all that started to slow down, because it's just like, yo, I don't want to think no more, man. I want to enjoy life and, da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, facts. Everyone wants to enjoy life. Everyone wants to do all these things. But, this reality is a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, these things that we face as human beings are real. Like, you can't just vibe that shit away. Like, you're not going to drink all that shit away. It's going to come back. You know what I mean? But for some reason, we've come to become so interested and addicted to trying to constantly self-medicate away from these things that we're facing, or things that we're dealing with the music, with the alcohol, with the drugs and shit like that. And obviously that then leads into the music, but then influence more people to start doing more of it. So it's like, it's a
vicious cycle.
Sad, vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle, you know what I mean? But again, now we're getting to a point where people are kind of like, yo, it's just kind of fucked right here, bro. We gotta, what's going on? Like, where's more of that shit? Where's more of this music that, this, that, and the third, where it's, it's real, it's whatever the case may be, but it's not this, because this isn't it no more. And I feel like that's where we're going right now. And I feel like the thing is, we're just waiting. People are waiting for, and the industry and the market is waiting for the person or the people to boom that. You know what I mean? The people that do that boom are going to be the people that possibly will be those next big three or big whatever. They're probably never going to be another big three, but
I really don't think that.
You know what I mean? But they're just the people to be like, who's the helm of the height of a specific sound
of the next
within
wave?
hip hop, of the next wave. You know what I mean? Because remember, music this year has been not at its peak like it has been in the last few years. And that's strictly, I think, personally, because, the big three's getting older. These guys are transitioning from rap music probably sooner than later. And the market is slowly changing, because whether it's labels or whatever saying, hey, this stuff isn't that marketable. It's kind of getting dangerous and da-da-da-da-da. And listeners are kind of like, I don't want this shit no more. Like, what else is there? And people want something new, you know what I mean? And at this point, lyricism is something new, because we've been living in all the other shit for the last 4 or 5 years.
Longer even.
And also, again, we're COVID. I feel like being in that was
an eye-opener for a lot of people.
And it was a lot of things where I think a lot of people got to, again, sit with yourself, really process how you think about just think about shit. And I feel like now that we're finally being outside, a lot of people are processing the fact of what they've been through within COVID, and now being able to be like, okay, we're back to life, we're back to reality. And, I think people are just being more fucking open within their mind and understanding, I got to get back to critical thinking. Like, it ain't a vibe. You know what I mean? It isn't a vibe.
You know what's crazy? I don't even think it's just critical thinking. Like, just adding on to your point, it's like that whole wave of like G Herbo, Sosa, just that drill era created a narrative that everyone kind of pursued without, and like identified themselves with,
that part.
And then now it's like things like COVID, or like, friggin' the economy going crazy right now, kind of made them realize like, yo, I actually don't know what I'm doing or who I am. And that lyricism kind of brings in that perspective, that guidance.
That part too, yo. When when the Govy was giving out on them checks, it was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
Niggas was buying cars, niggas buying clothes. It was a vibe. Niggas is getting broke again, dog. Call me. They ain't giving you no more free money back to work. You just like, I gotta think about my life. Like, for real, that vibe shit ain't making you think about your life, dog.
Vibes got consequences and repercussions.
Exactly. It's just like, all right, like, what's the vibe for real? Like, niggas don't know the vibe no more, bro. They're trying to figure it out.
Hey man, the vibe right now is being broke.
Niggas used to, yo, nah, bro. I'm on my shit now. Fuck, yo, people used to cheese me with that. You guys don't know the vibes, bro. Everyone is dealing with so many different things. You guys don't know what these people are dealing with, and you're agreeing with niggas. You know the vibes. Like, niggas is drinking, they stressing, bro. Mama's about to pass. Niggas is dying, bro. Bros is dying. Niggas saying that you know the vibes because they don't fucking know, bro. You know what I mean? But
it's almost like they're saying they know the vibes because they want someone to tell them what the vibes really are.
Also, but at the same time, don't get it twisted. I get the phrase. Like, I'm gonna add a disclaimer. I get the phrase. Like, I'm not saying like you can't just say that, but some of you guys are saying you know the vibes, and y'all going through some shit, and it's it's funny to me.
Hey,
but
man, the vibes are masking the pain, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta use the vibes
That's
to mask
all
the
it
pain.
is.
Exactly what it is.
That's
That's all
exactly
it
what
is.
it is.
For real talk. The vibes is masking the pain, for
You
real.
can't keep masking the pain, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where we're at right now. A lot of people just trying to get to that point of just realization within themselves and shit like that. And I feel like, for example, perfect example, like Kendrick Lamar's newest album, like everyone, I feel like it's a good album, but I feel like also it came a bit too early because now like people didn't want to hear that at that time. It was just like, the fuck
that's
is this?
facts, bro. That's facts.
I feel like if you dropped it, whether it's a year, maybe also the weight made it worse because, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, we waited for it because Damn was like such a commercial success for him. And I feel like his most commercially like approved album, where it's just like he has hits on this undeniable da-da-da-da-da. Like I feel like he made his raps digestible for anybody to hear it, and his music digestible for anybody to hear it. And then it was like, all right, back to my Pimp a Butterfly, my personal music. I feel like that's one thing I think about Kendrick. I feel like he'll go one album where it's like, this is for me, this is for you. This is for me, this is for you. Like, I think
I love that.
Damn is an album for the people. I feel like Good Kid, Mad City was an album for the people, but also for himself. You know what I mean? And I feel like Pimp a Butterfly was an album for him, but when I say him, I mean just something where he understood it's bigger than just me. And I'm not doing it to personally get any type of success from it, but more so to give you real art that I feel like is real art. And I feel like his latest album is that as well, And I feel like it came out either too early or too late.
Yeah,
Hey,
it wasn't received the best.
But like I was gonna say, like I feel like the reception was better just because of how he delivered it. Like that whole friggin' deep fake thing.
Yeah, the Heart Part 5.
Yeah, the Hard Part 5. Like
that was great promo. But
fantastic.
I keep going back to that song.
Yeah,
and I keep listening to it, and it makes me feel weird. Like, makes me feel a type of way when I bump it. And yeah.
But I feel like that was the
feeling with that
I feel like
song.
that was the intention, to make you feel weird and then want to pursue that weird feeling, and then it kind of led you into this album.
Yeah, because the album was, there's some wild tracks on that album.
Yeah, some solid,
some songs that I never thought like I would hear in a song.
Real talk, for sure.
Like the one with the girl where they're going back and forth.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But when I had first heard it, it hit me crazy. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then look at what they're saying. Like I actually sat down and listened to what they're actually trying to talk about. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. It's a crazy track.
Yeah.
But I like personally, I don't think it was received
as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
It was received well by me.
Yeah,
that's because I appreciate that type of stuff.
For sure.
But I don't think the masses were really trying to appreciate that stuff too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, like the music seems a little crazy, clearly. I don't really know where it's going. But you guys are where you are right now. I just gotta I want to understand, some of the struggles that you guys had to go through in order to get to where you are right now. So, obviously,
as
one
people
at a time,
or as artists,
whatever you want to bring up.
This is okay.
Yeah, because I guess it could tie in, but whatever you like, however you want to answer it.
I feel like for myself, I was constantly, or I am constantly always thinking about the craft, thinking about the craft of the art, and also thinking about just how I can make the best music for myself, or my own best music. You know what I mean? My version of that. And with that led me to then, naturally, I'm not really a person that loves attention. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not a person that's like, I'm going to go out of my way to seek people's validation or go out of my way to make sure that I am loved. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, I'm not a person with really a big ego in general. You know what I mean? I don't like, we're just talking about this with a few of my boys and a few of my friends, homegirls and stuff. It's like, even with like the show and whatever, you know, success right now, it's like people telling me like, yo, you're a superstar, you're a star. That shit is weird to me, dog. And like, it's just like, it's weird to me because it's like, I understand to some degree. It's like, I understand what the intention is to be polite, but also I feel like, or to be like, I believe in you. I see this future for you. But it's also like, for me, I didn't start this out to be a superstar. I mean, yeah, I want to be one of the biggest artists to make music from the city in general. I feel like the city's a clean slate when it comes to rappers, and the greatest rappers from this country, not the city, this country. You know what I mean? Like when you think about that, we have a Drake, The Weeknd, if you want to put in an artist. Let's say artists: Drake, Weeknd, Tory, if you want to,
Bieber,
PND.
however you want to feel about him, Nav.
PND too.
You know what I'm saying? PND. You know, but it's just like it. When you think of a New York, when you think of Atlanta, the lists are so long. And it's just like, that's the influence. That's the shit that keeps me running. Like, I can be on our history boards, which should then put you in the history boards. And that shit keeps me going. But the struggle for me was just like, again, being able to, just fighting myself within putting myself really out there to then have my music be listened to and perceived. Like, I'm making all this music, and it's like, who the fuck, like, yeah, I'm making it for me, but also at the same time, for me to be successful, people need to hear it. And I was just like, you know, I wasn't necessarily running away from trying to meet people and stuff like that, but I wasn't actively doing it enough. Until I feel like I realized, I was just like, I need to work on my craft to a point where, when I talk to people, I'm not speaking from a level of ego. Like, I think I'm nice and I want to be able to say, I can do this and I can do this. I did this, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I talked to somebody and I was like, yeah, I just sold out the Drake Hotel, whatever. Or, yeah, I did 150 plus at the Garrison. That isn't a brag. People go, oh, you're talking your shit. It's like, that's the greatest part about it. I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you the truth. You know what I mean? And it's like, it makes it easier to have conversations with people when you're just saying what really is. You're not telling people like, yeah, man, I'm going to be the biggest artist in the world. And I'm going to, because anyone can say that. Anyone can say that. A lot of people talk all these things of what they want, what they see for themselves. The work is the part that people are going to end up having to see and believe in to then invest into what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I was like, I worked already so hard. Now I just need to put myself out there for people to see. So it was me holding myself back and me being, I wouldn't even say scared, but just worried about looking a specific way. You know what I mean? And also just, I don't like it. I don't like attention, bro. You know what I mean? I grew up where attention to get you shot or stabbed or robbed or something like that. Like, you know, and so it's just like, there's the paranoia of it all. You know what I mean? Also, you know, for me. So it's one of those things where it's like you're doing this and like you're getting all the love in the world and stuff like that. But then also there's a flip side to that. You know what I mean? And it can come where you least expect it or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I think just getting out of my head about all those things and just realizing like, okay, if this is what I want, there's no excuses. This is what I want. That's the end of the conversation. If I got to do this, it's either I'm going to keep making this, yeah, man, but like I'm going to look corny if I go out and I don't want to do that. Fam, if this is what you want, shut up and do it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you got to eat that up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're going to feel, am I going to feel worse for trying, or I'm going to feel worse for not trying and knowing that I failed because I didn't try? You know? So that's it. Myself. The biggest thing was myself. You know what I mean? Because I think I'm good because of the work I put in. I don't think I'm good because I chose to make music. Artists think they're good because they chose to make music. I never knew that if you got an application, that means you got the job. And I feel like a lot of artists think that way these days. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Sorry. I had to go on a rant.
No, you talk your shit, bro. It's funny because like I resonate with a lot of it. Definitely one of my biggest struggles is myself. But from my perspective, it's more identity based. That definitely comes from, now that I'm analyzing myself a little more, it definitely comes from childhood. And
let's talk about it. I'm joking.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Talk about it. Shit. Like growing up, like just me and my mom's all the time. And she was always working. So it was kind of not routine, but almost habitual for me to spend time at like a friend from school's house or like a cousin's house. And the one thing she always taught me was like, manners. Like be polite, be considerate, um, don't say too much, and so that, when you go to their places, you're respectful. But excuse me. Those things kind of like they've stuck to me as I've gotten older. And I'm noticing it when I'm in like social outings now that I'm like in my 20s. Like I'm very reserved. I'm very considerate, though sometimes I shouldn't be. Like we talked about that too. And that definitely has transitioned over into my music. Like there's talk my shit for a minute. There have been times where like I've written verses. It's not shade to you. Don't take it that
Okay,
way.
fam, I don't care. But talk your shit, bro. Like, dog.
Like no friendly
Fam,
fire,
it's lit. Nah, it's never friendly fire. There's
Nah,
never
like
friendly fire.
there's been times where like I've written verses to for other artists or people that I know who make music, and I've had to like scratch that because I'm like, oh, this kind of doesn't let them shine, or like this makes me shine too much. And like you said, I don't want the attention. Like I'm more reserved. So now I'm in a place where I'm trying to overcome that whilst trying to find my identity. I still am working on it, but I feel like I'm getting really close.
Sounds cute, bro.
Hey man, you
That's
say sounds
actually-
cute.
That's actually crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So you'd write something down and then you'd be like, nah, this is too blessed. And then you'll scratch it out.
Yeah.
That's crazy to be
That
honest.
like tip
Like no, like I won't
fathom
scratch
that.
it out, but like I'll pocket it and put it somewhere else, like in a different verse for like myself.
That's crazy.
So like the song I did at the performance, that is a culmination of different sections of verses that I've written, and I've restructured to fit together into one topic and one narrative.
That's crazy.
So like that entire that entire 5-minute track is actually 4 verses
From random
from random places.
random verses.
Yeah.
That you put together and then restructured for it to flow into one.
and fit together.
This guy's different, bro.
But like that's the
Sick guy.
problem. That's the thanks,
Sick
man.
guy. Fam, you already know, bro.
Sick guy, bro. You like, yeah,
You already
man.
know.
But like again, I think that's a problem because like that took so much time to get that done. Like for all of that to come together, I would say that's like 2 years,
Damn.
right?
Damn. And not to say that it doesn't seem like it's 2 years worth, but it's like if you had just given those verses away,
Yeah. It wouldn't have the same impact as it does for me, first and foremost, and for the people who came to the show and heard it.
yeah,
I will be releasing that track though, don't worry.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
trust,
you
trust.
have
Gotta-
People need to hear
Again,
that.
I'm here for the ego. I'm trying to talk my shit. You know?
Yeah, bro, do that. Do that. And that's the thing. I think, I'm gonna speak on him. I think, bro, why would I want to work with him? I didn't think he was sick. Why would I want
Facts.
I don't want to work with nobody and then have them beside me to be like, yeah, this nigga's beside me because he's beside me. Like, nah, I want everyone to be able to be successful in what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like, fam, I've been a humongous advocate of, just trying to have, whether it's Self, whether it's B, our boy Colin, just trying to put out music, like trying to produce songs for them, trying to make albums for them. Bro, like,
Poor guy. Bro.
you know what I mean? Like, bro, I have like albums of some of the like just beats for some of these guys, bro. Nothing was done or whatever, because it's just like, to me, my thing was always just like, and I think just stems from, just with going with all transparency, just like, I feel like I understand that I have I guess it's a problem, but the comfort of being alone, I am too comfortable with it. Like, I don't need to do any of this stuff, but I also understand that this isn't, it wouldn't feel great, or as I wouldn't be as happy if I wasn't able to do with the people I care about. You know what I mean? Like, I know I believe in myself at this point. I understand. Like, I feel like, these guys see me, man. I want to be successful, of course, you know, and whatever I choose to dabble my mind into, you know, and I'm willing to do it and put the work in. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I also understand that there's success and also there's happiness. You know what I mean? And I feel like I want to be able to find and have a decent blend of both. Obviously, might not be able to get there all the way, but it's just like one thing I do want to, you know, have is be able to have people beside me that are also happy with themselves, successful to some degree with themselves. You know what I mean? And that means a lot because that creates a net, you know, for all of us as a brotherhood, as a community. Whether it's me and my like wrong crowd and my brothers and sisters that are brothers and sisters, crazy brothers and sisters within the group, or just Scarborough in general, bro. Like I want Scarborough to eat. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much talent out there. There's so much talent in the city in general, but I'm from Scarborough, so I got to rep. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of talent from there, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, we got to eat. Like we got to, you know? And so, again, going back to just what I was talking about with like the history boards and the papers, like when it comes to New York and you have the Biggie, the Jay-Z, the Nas, the Ghostface, the Raekwon, the, you know, all these people, like our list is short. And in my head, I'm just like, yo.
Our list is shrimp, bro.
Short.
Shrimp.
And it's like, bro,
Shrimp.
it's like we can get, if we all work hard enough, if we try to figure out to keep building our own shit, build some momentum, fam, you know how many names can instantly just jump on that board? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, hip hop's a competition. Like, you know what I mean? Then that's what comes where we're butting heads to be able to, who can reach that, the highest level, whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day also, like, I want people to be successful, but I also want to be better than everybody. Facts. You know what I mean? It's true. Like, I wouldn't want self to be around me and not try to be the best version of himself, which would then possibly have people think, yo, he's better than lowercase, whatever the case may be. That's cool. Music's subjective to me.
It's a silent rivalry.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think it's but the thing is, to me, it's like it's not necessarily, it's not even a silent rivalry or anything. It's like,
I'm calling it a rivalry.
I know,
bro.
Cool.
Street Fighter beef.
You have no music out, bro. Like, you know, this is what I'm saying.
Coming.
I think of it in real life though. Like, see, but I'm thinking in real life.
Got you beat, dog.
Yeah,
I
know. I think of it in real life. Like, to me, there's people that I'm just like, there's people that may make better music than me, or may rap better than me, but I don't think they make better music than me. There may be people that sing better than me, but you know, I rap as well. You don't rap better than me. You know what I mean? There's so many different attributes to all these things. You know what I mean? So it's just like, to me, I'm just like, I might not be the best at everything, but there's gonna be certain things where I feel I can be confident in myself to be like, I'm good at these specific things that you aren't. You know what I mean? And if I just tighten up on these specific things, then me and you aren't in a conversation no more.
This is facts.
You know what I mean? And so for me, like, I don't know, man, when I listen to artists from here,
I'm not talking shit, yo.
I'm not talking my shit. I'm not talking, there's no shit to talk. I'm just saying, like, there really, like, I know there's been artists here and stuff like that, and there's artists that really, I think I'm the best and whatever. It's like, it's just crazy to even hear them say that. I'm not even to be the guy to say I think I'm the best. You know what I mean? Because I think the attribute of the fact that I think I'm not that, my ego isn't like that, allows me to keep working on the same craft that I'm constantly telling myself I need to be better at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, I can, like, it's cool to be like, yo, you're the best and stuff like that, but it's different to prove it. It's different for people to feel that. I feel like you look kind of weird when you're constantly telling people you're the best and stuff like that, and it's just like,
and you're not doing anything to actually prove.
Yeah, you're not doing anything to actually prove it, or
the
it's just like,
don't match the words. Bro.
Yeah, or just people you don't feel that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because you can feel that, but then if we don't feel that, then
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, bro.
As sad as that is to say, it's the cold hard truth.
Yeah, no, it's a fact.
The cold hard truth.
You know what I mean? And I understand, like, some artists need to have that delusional egos.
100%. I feel like if you're an artist and you're not something a little bit weird up there.
Yeah.
Like, whether it be delusion, because the only way you're gonna keep going and keep pushing, even when everything is looking down south, is that delusion of yourself telling yourself, "Yo, I gotta be the best."
Yeah,
like you just have to have it. I don't think everyone has it.
Yeah,
as you know.
Yeah,
but you gotta have something like that.
Even to what you're saying, like, I think even what you said, where you said, I gotta be the best. I think people have the delusion that I am the best. And I think you gotta be and you are two different things.
Facts.
When you constantly chase to be the best, you might be the best already, but the fact that is you're constantly chasing that.
Sky's the limit.
So now it's just like, yeah, sky's the limit. Like people probably are looking at you like, yo, you're definitely the one right now. But you're like, nah, I'm chasing something further than what you're seeing, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people these days, like this, they just feel like they're the best or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know, man. There's a few artists in general like that be saying that is just funny to me. It's just like, relax, bro. Like, work on your craft. Like, you don't need to say that. You know what I mean? Like, let the people say it. If people are saying that, that's even cuter. Like, that, not cuter. It's cute when you say that. That's what I meant to say. It's cute when you say that. It's better when people are saying that for you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But that's my stance on that. Like, artists, work on your craft, bro.
Facts.
You know, I'm not saying that like I'm the one, like I'm the guy, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But I work on my craft. I that's the only thing I pay attention to. You know what I mean? I pay attention to my craft and also the results in which my craft is creating. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm not trying to talk about my accolades or what I've done before. So it's just like, but it's just like, you know.
I feel that, yo.
You know?
Once again, like I literally said it before. Actually, let me even say this. I was sleeping on Lowercase, bro. Because I personally already knew Self. So I already knew what he was capable of. It's crazy. Like I don't know anybody else with bars like that.
Thank you.
Started actually indulging into Lowercase's music. It makes sense. It makes sense why you guys are, you know, part of the same collective. It makes complete sense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when I really said that these guys are low-key the best rappers in the city, not joking. Like, listen to what they're putting out. Like, listen to what Lowercase already has out. Mm-hmm. And if you can, try to see this guy, how he performs live. Nobody, like, that was the thing that was the most I was the most impressed with. Like, it's like you've been doing it for years. It's crazy. Even along with a live band. Yeah. Bro, there's not a lot of people that could do it like that. It's crazy. It's impressive. I'm telling you guys.
Appreciate it.
Y'all just got to keep going, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. No, real talk. No, I appreciate it, man.
So, yo, what are you guys saying, yo? Freestyle?
Wait. Before hold on, before the freestyle.
Right in there.
Wait, before the freestyle, I had to ask because like people have been asking me and I always butcher the explanation.
Yeah.
Can you explain what Wrong Crowd is again? Like how you came up with the idea?
Wrong Crowd. So the concept, even starting back from when we were calling it Raccoon Club, right? It's just like
pause.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a part 2 to this.
Got you.
So it's gonna be more focused on that aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that.
Sorry, I never said anything.
Okay, yeah.
I was pondering it in my head.
But got you. Say less.
Give them the breakdown of what Wrong Crowd actually is, though.
So, you know, I feel like when we kind of first came up with it, or when I kind of first came up with it, it stems from like ultimately the logo is a raccoon, and that stemmed from just growing up in Scarborough, being in Toronto. Toronto's like the raccoon's capital of the world. That's a true fact. And I feel like just growing up in Scarborough, fam, the raccoons are vicious out there, fam. Just vicious. I used to get chased by them. Fam, there was one time, I used to have like a real like war with these guys. Like, me and my uncle when I used to live in my grandma's crib, throwing friggin' hot pots of water on them in the garage, trying to get them out. Like, they hated me. Like, I remember when I got chased by a few, like 3 raccoons on my bike one time, riding past like just like MT and those areas and stuff like that. Like, it's real. And I hated them. I sincerely hated them. I'm like, bro, I hate raccoons. If I seen one, I had a gun, I'm shooting one. For real. You know what I mean? So, and then I don't know. I don't know what happened. I feel like it was one of those things. It was like a Batman thing where it's like, you know, you didn't like it, but then I guess you kind of understand. You kind of see similarities within yourself and it. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, the more I started to look, because I started searching and researching them, because I didn't fuck with them that much. I'm trying to think, how can I deal with one? Like, you guys don't understand. I was on some diabolical deal. I was on diabolical watch, bro. Like, I was like, bro, how can I deal with one crazy? So, you're searching and you're like, bro, these things are fucking smart. That's why they have all these moves and shit. You're just like, bro, this thing is not stupid. You know what I mean? And the more I understood and really kind of dissected them, I understood how smart they were. And I was just like, why is something like, an animal or a mammal this smart out here in the streets? Like, how many animals are domesticated and in zoos and shit like that? Like, why is this one the one to be out in the streets? You know what I mean? And then, again, I seen so many similarities to my position, my friend's position, where it's like, bro, these guys roll deep as a family. They take care of their own. They really care about community. And, you know what I mean? They're out in these streets living life and doing what they possibly can to eat, to survive. And, you know what I mean? Like, in other places in the world, raccoons are actual like pets. You can have them as pets. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if they were given the opportunity and treated or be able to, given the opportunity or treated in a way where they were able to live, I guess, better, would they be respected more? Would they be, how would we look at them? And I feel like that's how some people look at Black people. It's just like our predicament, people look at us based on our predicament that we're in, not based on who we really are and what we are. You know what I mean? We're not looked at as human beings sometimes. Like, obviously we are nowadays, whatever, Black power and such. But it's just like, I feel like our predicament, we maneuver based on predicament and not really based on anything else. But then we're judged off of who we are and what we do without the acknowledgement of the predicament. And, I feel like raccoons are the same way. Like, they eat, like, you gave them fresh food, you gave them trash, they're not going to eat the trash.
They're not going to go for the trash. They're going to go for the fresh food.
Exactly. And it's just like, you know what I mean?
They're scavengers. Exactly. They got to go for what they can.
And that's what many people were before we really had a real civilization.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And so my thing was just like, just that idea of like, just changing the perspective of that and just having that understanding of not really even using it bigger than just a raccoon metaphor, but also just being like, a lot of us, if we say, for example, we all become successful and stuff like that on the team, it's just like what we came through and what we've been through to get here was a testament to all the situations and fucking, what's the word? Trials and tribulations that we had to face to get there. You know what I mean? Like, we're not no prim and proper people that just was like, yeah, we got it, we made it. You know what I mean? These are people, we're human beings that really have to go through real life things. All of us different spheres of what they might have been. But at the same time, it's just, again, Wrong Crowd is just about just changing, the idea of basically changing the perspective or perception of the word Wrong Crowd. That's why it's Wrong Crowd. You know what I mean? Like, I want Wrong Crowd to be big enough where people want to wear our gear, want to, whether it's wear our gear or just even be a part of that, because, again, it's just about representing this false idea of what people perceive you to be. You know what I mean? That's really all it is. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you're a piece of shit, but people might say you're a piece of shit, but it's just like, that is just a perception, and that is just an idea that people have of you. But once you make something of yourself, you become successful, like, people probably question you doing a pod, like, oh, like, how can this be profitable? How can you really make this a real thing? But once you really start making it profitable, making it a real thing, that's when people are like, oh my God, like, this is amazing.
Facts.
But that's
coming. Exactly.
And it will. No, real talk, it will. But that's all perception though. Like, people are seeing you where you're at and not thinking about
what it could be.
What it can be. You know what I mean? And not really looking at, like, are you putting in the work to really achieve what you want to do? And that's just really it. Like, a Wrong Crowd. That's why it's called Wrong Crowd. You're with the wrong crowd. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that's not necessarily meaning we're the wrong people that you should be listening to, the wrong people that you should be surrounding yourself. Like, the goal is to change that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Basically.
I didn't even know it was that deep.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny.
A lot of people I tell always be like, oh, I didn't know it was that deep. It's like, yeah, bro. You know what I mean? These are
pretty deep stuff.
These are things I think about and sit about when I was dolo, just think about and just think about all these concepts, bro. This shit is, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Freestyle time?
Go ahead, bro.
You guys are down?
Yeah, I'll let him go first. I know he's gonna cook it, so I'm gonna let him go first. Put the pressure
Should I put on a beat?
Yeah, I'm gonna love to hear what beat
Yeah, I
you're
would
gonna
love
put
to
on.
hear.
I'd
Yo,
love to
J
hear.
Mark,
Put
on a beat, player.
These guys are loaded up.
Rip me out the
I've
plastic.
been waiting
I'm
for
feeling
this,
brand
guys.
new.
I've been waiting for this.
You been waiting for this?
I've been waiting for this moment.
Damn, that's crazy.
All right, yo, we're getting into the freestyle. I think Self's about to go first. Go right ahead, whenever you're ready.
Alright, look. I said I'm candor when it's vital. I'm giving sermons like scriptures coming straight from the Bible. I walk amongst the mortal men who follow disciples, swearing their idols. I put them to the test like do it with no recitals. Come practice what you preach. Tired of seeing cattle that blindly follow the sheep like Noah's Ark in the streets. The .38 is a special form of release. My solar flare for the masses like Rick Grimes with a heat. Bang. They walking around dead like cabbage off of the broccoli leaf. Off the words that I'm writing, got a lot to release. Maybe rather than watching, I'll play the game with a 50 caliber steez. That's a really long reach. Fire, break them down like Lego when some assembly required. Pressing buttons like MIDI drums, how I question the squires following liars. A lot of what they claim is not really what they have found it. Seeing niggas switching up for the women, so astounding. Your brain's been injected with venom, no way around it. The problems of her past shouldn't have to be surmounted by the man who just arrived with a dozen roses around him. Trust has been a thing that's ironically doubted, and juxtaposing the past with assumption is fucking childish. Dig deep in the pain, there's gems hidden inside it. Instead of being ruled by fear, shedding its guidance, no self, been riddling. Waking up and soothing the people like hard coffee and oral stimulants. Tell them it's been a drill to drop like pills and stop sniffling. The packs cold pressed like fruit filaments, so diligent.
This guy's stupid.
I'm telling you guys, bro.
This guy's stupid. This guy's stupid.
I appreciate the freestyle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, lowercase has bare shit out, so
I know,
he's
I
not
have to-
trying to get in too much.
Yeah,
But
no,
you,
I had to show out.
you had to show out, bro. And what you did was actually show out. That's actually crazy.
Thank you.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap it up.
He's a sicko.
Man.
Yeah, he's a demon.
He's a sicko. fam.
Try
He's
to
sicko.
tell them. They're gonna find out though.
He's a
Yeah.
sicko.
Let's wrap it up. What do you guys have coming up next? What should the people look out for?
Shit. Friday, we got a single coming out. Can't say. If you came to the show, then you saw it live.
Facts.
After that, we got a whole project coming out called Lower Self.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, is that what you've been promoting? You sent me,
Yeah.
bro. Why did I not put the? I thought you were dropping a track called Lower Self.
Yeah, nah.
Been worded.
No, sir. No, sir. We're working on that. Working on the Lower Self album right now. Man, yo, we got
I
some
need to
records.
see that one, bro. I need
We
to
got some
hear that.
records. Now we got some records, man. I'm excited for that a lot.
Yeah.
Just being able to, I feel like just rap at a high level. Just try to make sure the production's at a high level, and also more importantly to me, just I want him to people really understand how nice this guy is, bro. This
Facts.
guy's nice. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, I feel like this project's can definitely highlight that. People will be like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? You know, 'cause I want that. Real talk. I want
Facts.
that. Because he's
That's
super
real,
nice. From the freestyle, if he keeps my part in, you'll know. He's the guy, bro. He's the
Nah.
guy. He's the guy. I'm cool, fam. He's the guy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you guys for hopping on, man. It was really a pleasure. Once again, y'all, keep going. Like,
Sure.
don't stop. Y'all can't stop, because if y'all stop at your level and your talent, who's to say for anyone else, bro? It's crazy. Seriously.
This is actually
So
fact.
keep
sure.
it going. Appreciate y'all.
For sure.
You already know, guys. Subscribe, YouTube, follow me,
Do that.
Instagram, TikTok.
Do that.
We got Self right here. You can say your
Compadre.
yeah,
Crew member.
you know. Put the
My dog.
Dog, yeah.
My dog. More than anything, we're friends. So
Yeah.
like he's actually my friend. I think that's what makes all these things easy. Is just like I'm not talking to him like, yeah, like our main goal is to be successful in music. Like he's my actual friend. You know what I mean? We really talk with each other. You know, and like I call him a brother for real.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope we all make it, man. Listen, guys.
Yeah, man, I hope we all do.
Yeah.
I hope-
We are all gonna make it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not
Say
joking.
less.
Yeah.
Say less. I don't know. I hope everything good makes it out from here, bro. Because yeah.
Facts. You already know. Self-titled, self-titled.
Oh yeah, the
on
IG.
IG.
Yeah. You can find me on IG, self.titled1, spelt as it is.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
And you can find me on IG at lowercase, the word lowercase, WC at the end of it. So lowercase WC. You can follow just the Wrong Crowd account at wrongcrowd.ca, wrongcrowd.ca.
That's facts.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having us, though.
For real.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. It's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, season 3, Shakin It Podcast. We back. We here. Follow me on everything, and we gonna shake it till we make it.
Shake it till we make it. Jokes. I fuck
Always
with that.
jokes. Yeah, I love it though.
Shake it till we make it.
Yeah, I read it. Yo, bro, that one episode, that one thing here, who you think is shaking it? And that guy said, my boy. And he said, bro, I was dying.